Okay, Act 2, Scene 1, Castle Inverness, the king's outer chamber. 2 guards struggle to stay awake without King Duncan's bedchamber. Duncan is asleep.
Oh, horror, my kingdom for.
Wake up! You're dreaming. Is your first all-nighter, lass?
God's ass. Did I doze off?
You fall asleep again, the castle liege might run you through. You know he has a temper of a shrew.
I've heard the stories, and that wife of his.
He's not so bad. If you got hooked and screwed by Galams, you'd be a fishwife too. I've worked for Duncan half my life. I've seen the way they treat their spouses, how they vie for power, whether on the battlefield or in the bedroom. It's not women they despise. Fear of looking craven in their brother's eyes. And he who lets his wife speak freely, he who lets his wife do as she pleases, isn't brave, but cowardly. A brave man doesn't let his wife inquire about the dumb decisions he will make. A brave man doesn't listen to advice or criticism, for he's fine as is. A brave man doesn't ask directions, and a brave man doesn't say he's sorry. And a brave man never, ever says he's wrong. I've been a brave and single man for years.
If only I could be so manly. But my wife is too damn peevish. She believes, and get this shit, that she is equal.
She does whatever she pleases, doesn't she?
She does.
Then put her in her place.
She said she'd leave me for the plowman down the street. I'd rather leave her than beat my meat. I'd rather leave her be than beat my meat. At least she's happy.
I've just about forgot the taste of woman. I'm so dry, I'd stick my dick in anything.
Enter Gruach with a tray and cups.
Oh my.
Guards bolt to their feet.
Oh, lady.
Call me Gruach. I am not his lady. He's my husband. That is all.
What brings you to the king's bedchambers?
You. I bought a sample of our local brew.
Your local brew.
We have a job to do.
Oh, it's to die for. You should try. Come on.
Don't be so crabby. She's the mistress of this castle. She has offered you a drink.
I'm here to guard the king.
What danger is he in? This is my house. He is my kin.
I mean you no offense, my lady. We'll gladly drink with thee.
Gruach pours 3 drinks from a small flask.
Salute.
Salute.
Salud.
The guards drink. Gruach tosses her shot over her shoulder.
How's the brew?
It's pungent.
It will lose its flavor soon.
How soon?
In 3, 2.
The guards swoon. Gruach rings a small bell in each of their faces. They are sound asleep.
If that won't wake them up, then nothing will.
Enter Macbeth.
You're early. I've yet to prep the blades.
You rang the bell.
I didn't ring the bell.
I heard a bell.
I didn't ring the bell.
Then what's that in your hand?
A bloody bell.
And did you ring it?
This is not the bell that calls the king to heaven or hell. It's this one, you forgetful fool.
Go to! They look alike to me.
They're clearly not. Just take the daggers from the guards and make yourself the king of Scotland. Oh, don't forget to rub the blood of Duncan on their skin.
Exit Gruach with tray and glasses.
My shrewish wife. She's always forcing me to do things I don't want to do. Why can't I fight with Duncan on the battlefield? So what if I get killed? I'm going to die withal. I'd rather die with sword in hand and harness on my shoulders like a man than sneak into my cousin's bedroom like a woman of the night. Oh, my troops would mock me if they knew I pandered to my wife. But then she spurned my manhood, questioned my determination. I must prove her wrong. I am a man, if ever there were men, and now I'm going to go in there and prove that I'm a man. Because that's what men do.
Macbeth enters the king's bedchamber with daggers. Good stuff. Yeah, Caden, that's good. He's a 10-year-old boy trying not to have a tantrum there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, scene 2, Macbeth's outer chamber. Gruach paces.
The resurrection of the righteous would have come and gone before this regicide is done. What's taking him so long? We should have been in bed by now. I bet that brave and mighty warrior cowered like a child before his game and hesitated. He was so unmanly when I laid my plan in front of him, as though he couldn't kill his cousin king because he was asleep. 2 days ago, he charged an army full of cousins, killed a lot, and with his sword from nave to chopped, unseamed the body of his cousin MacDonald. He raised the head and placed on a pike outside his camp. That vicious blade would slay 1,000 men, including him, and not think twice as long as trumpets called his entrance. Flags and crests accompanied his charge. But put him in the bedroom and his dick is flaccid. Christ. A murder is a murder, whether in the bedroom or upon the battlefield. What difference does it make? You take a life, you take it. And to think, I had to stoop to calling him a coward, questioning his masculinity, resorting to the same, malignance I'm essaying to undo. What's taking him so long? I should have taken matters and those daggers in my hands and handled this my goddamn self. That half-wit has forgotten something. I can feel it. And he doesn't listen to the plan. He never listens. He's a man. He's likely to do something really dumb like wake the princes. Or perhaps he'll outdo himself and bring the daggers back.
Enter Macbeth with daggers.
You fucking fool. You brought the daggers back.
I did? Oh shit, I did. I guess I was a bit distracted. We have guests. I haven't yet to make tomorrow's dinner plan.
Just shut your trap and take those daggers hence. And don't forget to rub some blood upon King Duncan's men, so when the sun comes up tomorrow, we can frame them for the deed.
I really don't feel like going back. I'm tired. I need a nap. Could you just be a dear and take them for me? Please.
Gruach snatches the daggers out of his hand.
You feckless dolt.
I love you too. And can you make me a sandwich? And you can make a sandwich for me when you're through?
I'll summarize that pathetic little scrap of flesh you call a cock between 2 rocks.
Take that as a no.
Indeed. Now clean your bloody hands and change from robe to pants while I complete the task my husband can't.
Exit Gruach with daggers. Okay, good. Caden, just a quick note for you.
Yeah.
This is iambic pentameter, so you gotta be syllable for syllable, okay?
Yeah.
I think you're sacrificing a little characterization and riffing a bit. Let's make sure you're syllable for syllable, okay?
Oh, it's just bad reading. Just don't know how to
Okay,
read. No
well,
worries.
read better. Excellent. Okay, scene 3. We're almost to rehearsal, to intermission, guys. Scene 3, Macduff's bedchamber. In Fife, Garcelle and Macduff lie in bed. Macduff tosses and turns. Garcelle doesn't move. Hey, Paul, you're trying to wake her up so you can fuck her, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start again. Garcelle and Macduff lie in bed. Macduff tosses and turns. Garcelle doesn't move.
Dear God, please not tonight.
You asleep?
Depends. Do you want sex?
No, I just want to speak.
In that case, I'm awake. I've been awake for hours. Who could sleep with you there tossing like a ship in tempest? What the devil's wrong with you?
It's him,
It's who?
the Thane of Cawdor.
You mean Gruach's husband? Or the one you beat?
I mean the new one. Glams, the one still alive. He has a little left leg. Shit. I mean the new one, Glams. The old one's still alive, though he has a little left in life.
Do I spy trouble in Mac Paradise?
When I returned from whipping Cawdor's ass, I saw these three weird sisters walking past.
I think I know them. Did they look like hags?
Like men in drag.
That's them. What did they say?
It was like a waking dream. My head was still beclouded from the fog of battle, but I swear I heard them prat on about the king and Thane of Cawdor, which was strange because the Thane of Ross and I had just been told that news by Duncan's privy messenger.
The king and Thane of Cawdor? What the deuce?
And that's not all. As I proceeded to the zenith of the heath, I heard upon a waft of wind the words, "Hereafter king."
My husband doesn't get a clue. I'll use him to uncover Graf's Gruach's subterfuge.
Yeah, there you go.
Hereafter king? What does that mean?
It means those sisters told me the Thane of claims that he was Thane of Cawdor. Then they told him for some scheme or reason that he'd be the king.
What does that mean? We have a king.
It means that Grag's spouse is vying for the crown. Where is King Duncan now?
Inverness.
He's going to murder Duncan. Go, make haste and spur your gilding as it fasteth paced, and Inverness before he takes what's yours.
I'll never let him kill our king.
You bore. I mean, the crown. Confront King Duncan. Call him out and make him yield to tenestry. He named his son to her illegally.
But what if he refuses?
Cleave his head and claim your legal rights as Kenneth's own descendant.
Everyone in Scotland is descended from King Kenneth.
That's besides the point. Are you a man?
I am a man.
If you're a man, then take what's yours.
I am a man.
Now get your ass to Inverness. And do exactly as I said.
Yes, ma'am.
Macduff exit hastily.
Oh, fragile masculinity. You make this man so easy to manipulate. But what of Graf's machinations? If her husband takes the crown, she'll be the queen. But that means nothing if the king is dead, as soon he will be, as are all our kings. Perhaps when Glamis is dead, she'll claim the throne to be the first of Scotland's queens. That knave. Does she not know how Scottish men behave?
Nice. Gruach. Yeah. Okay, scene 4. Macbeth's bedchamber. Macbeth lies alone in bed, staring at the ceiling. Enter Gruach. She gets in bed with him, and the two stare at the ceiling together.
How was it?
It was super fucking gross.
Oh, nonsense. I did all the dirty work.
The dirty work. You do this all the time.
With swords and horses, not with borrowed dirks.
That bastard had a lot of gore in him. I still have bloody stains upon my hands.
Did you try washing them?
Now that's a thought. Should I use water too?
Some water would help. Some water would be good. My grandma used to add a little bit of lemon juice.
Oh, did she?
This is true.
And did your grandma have to scrub the bits of flesh from underneath her fingernails because her husband failed to do his job?
It was a different time.
I'm sure it was.
What now?
We wait. The morning sun will rise upon our crimes, and we must bide our time until the princes choose their future path. I have a feeling they will flee. The king has friends in northern England. Malcolm and his brother may remain, but if they do, they know their lives will be in danger. I predict that Malcolm will to England fly to bribe Northumberland for troops to bring to Scotland to unseat you. If he does, I'll bribe the guards with gold and freedom to confess in public that those princes of ambition both conspired to parricide and hire the guards to do the deed. For now, we wait.
You want to do it while we wait?
Do what?
You know.
You just dispatched the king.
I know. It was badass, wasn't it?
His guards were drunk and he was sleeping. I don't think that counts as badass.
Still, took some giant fucking balls.
Your balls are huge.
You want to touch them?
No, I don't.
God's wounds.
Relax. You'll get some action soon. For now, we must, with poise and prudence, calculate our further movements.
We should go to Scone as soon as break of day and stake my claim.
But soft, I told you we must wait until the sons of Duncan make their play. Will they in Scotland say to guard themselves against the rumours of apparent parricide, or will they flee in fear of further crime?
If they from Scotland flee, I'll track them down and sever free their craven pates myself.
Could you for once employ that head of yours for something other than a helmet rack? What happens if you chase those princes down? What happens if you chase the princes down and murder them? You secure the crown? They'll label you a tyrant, then unseat you, then unseam you, and then replace you with another who will rule until he's killed.
You're right. I'll bend the knees of Scotland first, and then I'll quench my thirsting for revenge.
Revenge? Upon the innocent? Go to. You cannot solve your problem shedding blood. Just use your brain. Remember what I said, and you shall bear that crown. And pikes outside shall bear the heads of Duncan's progeny, if you so wish to fell his family tree. Pray tell, are you expecting company?
I don't know who the hell would come at this ungodly hour.
Where's that porter you just hired?
He's likely sleeping. He was still awake and drinking when I killed the king. Wake Duncan with thy knocking.
I don't think the porter or the king can hear you scream.
If I hear one more bloody knock, I'll hang that porter's rotting body from a tree.
Be calm yourself and play the knave, for soon the corpse will be uncovered. See who waits, be wary, but above all, stay the course.
Exit Macbeth.
That bodes on well. Who knocks upon our door before the moon has finished shining, ere the sun has hinted is arising? What endeavour shakes away the downy sleep before the morning meal is eaten, ere the cock has welcomed daylight with its cry? What mission would from deepest slumber drag a drowsy warrior in his morning wood?
Oh, horror! Horror! Awake! Awake!
The Thane of Fife! So it was he who woke the house so early. And it seems that he has discovered Duncan's corpse. I'd best arise and play the victim of this violent crime. I pray my reckless husband bides his time.
Exit Gulak. Jamie. Parricide or patricide?
Both. In mine, it's parricide because that's what Macbeth uses. It's an older version of patricide.
Okay, I never heard the word before.
Yeah, that's the one they use in the play, in the original play. So I use that version.
Okay, good. Scene 5, Inverness. Macbeth, Macduff, Banquo, and Ross are gathered in the hall. Enter Gruach in her nightgown.
You two-faced traitors!
Wife, become yourself.
Conspirators!
Toby?
Sorry. Macduff, enough of this.
You bastard! Shove your cousin in the back!
Enter Gruach.
Macduff, my lord, what rattles thee this morn?
Your husband and his cousins! Traitors 3!
Already we are confounded by the deed.
They planned a slumber party without me!
Duff sobs.
But soft, Macduff. 'Tis not about the king.
Without me, I cannot believe you 3.
Well, technically, there's 6 of us if you include the king and his 2 sons.
And none of you have yet to see the king?
I've come to see the king.
The king?
Macduff wipes his tears and exits.
This morning seems amiss. What business hath Macduff with Duncan at this bloody hour?
Enter Macduff.
What plagues you so?
So upset at these 3 traitors. By the way, the king is dead.
The king is dead?
The king is dead?
The king?
Don't change the subject.
I will wake the heir.
Yeah.
The heir.
Exit Ross.
You coward, come back here.
I'd better see if he needs any help.
Exit Macbeth.
And why would he need help? Get back here, Glams.
Pray tell, my lord, what brings you here before the sun has dawned upon the sleepy morn?
Pray tell, who bid you come to Inverness?
Your presence raises questions. Did you kill the king, Macduff?
The king was dead before I crossed the threshold of his chamber door.
These accusations.
Surely you don't think our gracious host did such a heinous thing.
And where were you when Duncan bled to death?
Asleep in bed, just like the rest, except
You keep my husband's name without your mouth.
I saw him. He was wandering about the castle after all the lights were out.
Enter Ross.
I thought you said you were asleep in bed.
They've fled.
Those cowards.
This makes little sense.
It was the prince and Donald Blaine. They bribed the guards to do the deed.
Then why did they flee?
Perhaps our cousin knows. He's questioning the guards right now.
You left him with the guards.
Enter Macbeth.
Don't fret. Your husband will take care of them.
Take care of who?
Of whom?
Of whom?
The guards. She thinks they're in some danger.
Oh, they're in no danger whatsoever.
See?
They're dead.
That jackass never listens. I'll have to change the plan again. For now, I'll feign a fainting to distract them from this act.
Gruach swoons.
Look at the lady.
What is wrong with her?
She has these fits. It's nothing. Let's get dressed. Meet in half an hour to confer.
By dress, do you mean formal?
Can I wear my jammies?
I was thinking casual.
God damn it! Put on something manly. We've a king to bury and a king to crown. We can't do manly stuff like that in gowns.
They grunt, high five, punch each other, slap each other's butts, etc. And
Wooga, 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 wooga.
oh my God.